Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the best podcast, the Undisputed Combo Podcast. Today, it's just myself, the El Toro Fuerte, and my amigo, the Shadowhaunt Joker. How you doing, Mr. Joker?
Well, sent the other two guys to the Shadow Room for a bit. That's what you get for disrespecting War Rocks.
Yeah, and Mystic Mine. Unfortunately, we did have some scheduling conflicts today. Primarily my fault. Again, I'm going to take blame. So we are without that dude Colby, who is busy at work right now, earning those dollars and going to college, and Unfound Prodigy, who is also taking care of a personal matter. We will get them back next week, I'm sure. Let's get into shout outs, man. Do you have any today, Mr. Joker?
First and foremost, Shine Spark. Hey, thank you. And Jeremy, you rock with those boxes. I pull gold. Hope to see you at the tournament again on Tuesday. See you then. And lastly, for my shout outs, I want to give a big shout out to someone who probably hasn't seen this podcast yet, but they will. Hey, Ryan, I hear you, man. I see you.
My shout outs. I have plenty. I've got my friend Duelist TV for awesome Digimon content, giveaways, deck profiles, whatever it is. Just go check out Duelist if you're interested in playing Digimon. Now, our friend Joker here also participates in those unboxings, and we'll be talking strategies and everything, I'm sure, at some point. The Burial Ground Podcast with Wrestling Mark. He's always starting something on Twitter, but he speaks facts. Or does he? Is he crazy? We don't know, but tune into the Burial Ground Podcast to find out. Speaking of wrestling, have you been keeping up on any of the WWE stuff, Joker?
Well, I heard that a couple of people got let go. What was his name? Wyatt? He got let go.
Bray Wyatt, the Fiend. That was today. And you know, the WWE posted on Twitter, the WWE has come to terms on the release of Bray Wyatt. We wish him the best in all his future endeavors. So naturally, everybody attacks WWE. This is a stupid move by WWE. Oh, yeah, you're down. We don't know the facts, guys. Maybe he asked for his release. Maybe he's not healthy. We don't know. The people that know him and he knows, that let's leave it at that. But what I found interesting, Mickie James, who was also released by WWE earlier in the year and sent her belongings in a garbage bag. Pretty rough way to do that. She tweeted out and said, I think what you meant to say was, thank you so much for coming up with such an incredible gimmick, time and time again. One so cool and over, we really didn't know how to book it right. So we just gave it to someone else so we can still make all the money off of it and let you go. So that's someone else being Alexa Bliss with, her gimmick that is very similar. And so when I read that, I'm thinking it makes sense. WWE does do that. People go to the leadership. I don't want to name any names. Anybody who watches WWE knows what I'm talking about and presents ideas. They run with it and do well. They run with it and crash. Or they have given gimmicks to other wrestlers in the past that one wrestler had brought up. That's why she's saying that. She's not taking shots at Alexa Bliss. And of course, as the brilliant geniuses of Twitter, the ones who I cannot I don't understand. And Yugioh has those as well. Alexa done more in her career than you have in yours. So I don't know what's the point of you coming for her. She's not coming for her. She's not. And so Mickie James literally tweeted another tweet and said, I'm not coming after Alexa Bliss. This is what I'm trying for all those dents. Another one. There is still time to delete this. Wow, Mickie, lost all respect for you. People, seriously. I know text and email are hard to take in context sometimes or tone, but give me a break. So never fails. You need help, bros. Multiple. We gotta, oh man. So anyways, and those are the types. He got let go. We don't know the reasons.
Yeah.
Did he request it? Yeah, you know what I mean? Just, you guys, let it go.
I mean, didn't his man die? So maybe he took off for like mental leave.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, that is absolute. There are some rumors about that as well too, and it may be true. And by all means, I mean, just who knows what his next move is? Maybe he's not going to wrestle anymore. Maybe he's doing something else. We don't know. So people just chill out, man. Relax. And if he does go somewhere else, he has options, which is pretty nice. Okay. Anyway, so those are the type of people that Mark likes to respond to in a nice and friendly way and offer them some friendly advice.
I want to offer one thing though.
Yeah.
It's something that Stone Cold Steve Austin said to Finn Balor long ago. He said, "The face paint wear you." In other words, you can do the gimmick, but don't let it wear and tear at you to the point where you have to be that constantly. Maybe he just needed to take a step back. I mean, it's fine and dandy to be the Fiend, but do you want the Fiend to control you and you have to constantly give your all to keep the Fiend going? Maybe it's time to just step back, take a little breather before you get a serious injury, then come back in later if you want to.
Yeah.
That's how I see it, but maybe I'm wrong.
You know, again, it's right now it's all opinions unless you're directly related to him, know him, and or the man himself. Krem and Chow Boo collaborated on a new song called Alive, and I love it. I love it. I really do. No, I'm a big fan of both of them, both of these artists. Krem is just cranking out amazing songs almost on a weekly basis. Chow Boo collaborates with a lot of other musicians as well. But this one came out and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. So yes, if you don't follow them, give their music a shot. Take a listen, see if it's for you. The last shout out per se goes out to Harley's Toys and Comics. Now, I don't know if any of you follow me on Instagram or not, but if you do, you'll see that I recently announced on August 15th. Those of you who are Power Rangers, and reason I'm looking down is I'm looking through my phone here. Power Rangers fans, Harley's Toys and Comics appearing Sunday, August 15th at 1 p.m. here in Tucson, Arizona. Now, Harley's Toys and Comics is located at 4500 North Oracle Road. That's in the Tucson Mall. They will have Jason. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's Fount or Font, Faunt. Now, who played the Red Power Ranger, the Red Ranger in Time Force. Very cool series. I did catch a few. He will be there signing autographs, and yours truly will get an opportunity to interview him. Not a very long interview, but ask him a few questions. So I am very excited about that opportunity. Those of you who are in Tucson or close by, or you might find yourself during that weekend, stop in. There's your opportunity. Sign merchandise, pictures, I'm sure. You a Power Rangers fan, Joker?
Actually, yeah. I've been watching a little bit of Power Rangers here and there, but I tend to prefer those further back.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. Time Force, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue. Those are some of my favorite ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you cannot say Power Rangers without saying Mighty Morphin. Come on now.
Mighty Morphin.
It's a given.
You have to pay respect to that. That's what started it all.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is cool. This is exciting. I'm excited. I'm going to have to figure out a few questions to ask him. Now, rumor has it he is a War Rock fan, so I'll see if I can confirm that for you or not. But we will. Just a rumor, guys. I'll confirm during the interview, and we'll find out. So tune in. I'm sure I'll be talking about that. Maybe even have some footage for you. All right, let's get into Dawn of Majesty. What are you thinking so far from the releases? Uh-oh.
Continue.
Okay. Now, I've caught a few. I think they already released all the secret rares, kind of revealed those. They do look nice. The ones that caught my eye, the Bee Troopers. I like them. I like the Bee Troopers. There was another deck with bees. No, Battle Wasps. I built a regular casual Battle Wasp deck. It's terrible, doesn't win very often. But I love it. The cards were cool. They were all shiny and ultra rares and a couple secret rares. but I like these bee troopers. They do look cool, and they may be able to pair up with the battle wasp and do, load up a field and who knows what. I've just been reading on a few of them. Then we have something that might be right up your alley. Ra-Ten, the Heavenly General. Maybe something for War Rocks. Have you had a chance to look at that one?
I've looked at it, and that with that quick play spell arrows, OTK effect. I mean, hear me out. You got the general, and during the battle phase, you drop out Earth Warrior Monster because it's the same attribute and type as him. If you drop out, I'll say Gyarados or Fordia, go from there. And since you're still doing it through the battle phase, maybe you can drop out, maybe I'll say, if you have it set up right, you can get the Media guy or Basilios. So as far as it goes with like Basilios, his effect can activate in the grave. Another person's effect that you can activate if you have the general on the field with either Skylar, you can get an easy access with Fordia, Gyarados, or you can combo off with Skylar into the other Meta Dragon, I think his name is. Go in, swing twice, Skylar attack, so forth. And since the general doesn't count as a level, you can go with that if need be. That this could actually help combo off in the battle phase so that you can deal more damage. It's not going to make them god tier or nothing yet, but it does set up good combo plays. It's actually the answer that we all needed for the set.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to buy singles of this, though, because as far as it goes with the rest of the whole set, not really for me. Not this time.
Okay, interesting. And I did see some other cool cards like the Link Apple. Interesting. What else we got? Ready Fusion. The one I like the most as far as the artwork is Iris Sword Soul. That will likely be waifu text to Oblivion. And then, of course, we're getting a ton of Gizmek support, additional Gizmek monsters, and I think some spell cards. So it looks like a fun set. I personally may buy a few singles. Depends, we'll see what they're priced at, if the price is right. I have been cutting back purchasing any kind of new sets. I've been mostly focusing on a handful of decks, Mystic Mind being one of them. And another one is the Eldritch Amazement hybrid that I have. And really just, just enhancing. If there's something that I can pick up that can enhance these decks and make them better, then I will. As far as getting new decks and everything, I mean, I'm fresh out of room. But the set does look cool. Prices are already going up. People are getting hyped. All the pack opening channels are very excited because they'll have something else to offer. Overall, it looks like a good set. There may be something that'll come out, and I don't know that there's anything meta breaking at this point or something that's going to enter a top tier. What do you think?
I think I'm just going to have to wait and see. So far, this looks like the set that's probably like, what was that one set? Cyberdark Impact. I think it's kind of like that at the moment. But I think it's also building up an engine, sort of like how Dangers were. And they're doing it with the Gizmex. So, you never know.
Well, if the Gizmex can have anywhere near the impact that Dangers did when they first released, that'd be huge. Because I remember Dangers were pretty strong before they got hit with the Limit Hammer. They were good. They were good. I may pick some of these up. We will have more likely next week. We'll have Colby be able to break them down. I'm sure Prodigy's found a couple of cards that he's looking forward to in there. And we'll go from there. So let's move on. Joker, you're going to like this, man. OCG exclusive products. Earn points by shopping at Konami Friendly Shop. Now, this is only available in Japan, but you talked about this. It's like you're like Nostradamus for TCGs, man. this is cool. And some of this, I see like Pot of Greed, just different merch with different stuff. Man, like it's cool. I mean, the thought of, okay, you got to spend money first. You're going to earn points. And then you can only use those points to get that exclusive merchandise is cool. What are your thoughts on that?
I told you. I told you.
Yeah.
This is actually good. Okay, the OCG is doing it now to test it out and see if it'll actually work for us. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm believing.
Yeah.
Now, this is good for both Yu-Gi-Oh! Market, the players, and Konami. This is something that we needed for the longest time. I mean, El Toro, how many tournaments are you going to be in to get the YCS promo card? How many tournaments are you going to be in for regionals? Locals?
Oh, no. Yeah, you're asking the wrong person though. If you maybe Colby and Prodigy would be better ones to ask that question. Old Man Fuerte is not doing any tournaments anytime soon, and unless they're online. I mean, we talked about
Master online Duel tournaments.
Yeah, online Master tournaments. Duel might be a better thing, and I have my reasons. We'll talk about that another time. But carry on. Where were you going with that?
See, you answered the question like I needed you to answer.
Okay.
It's like, okay, you're not really going to be doing those tournaments, but you are a collector.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you might do the online tournaments.
Yeah.
You're still a collector.
Yep.
You do these tournaments online, buy cards, get the points, go to that shop. Now, for the rest of us, we play in the tournaments, we get the points, we buy at the shop. Some people will be like, but if you buy at the shop, I can't buy at the shop. You're going to sell those for triple the value. Wrong. You can do, they might set it up so it's like getting lost art cards at your locals.
Yeah.
Okay. You have Yu-Gi-Oh! Points or Konami. Buy it there yourself. And maybe they might not have the card you want from then, and someone else has it, and you got the card that they want from a different set. Tradesies. This helps eliminate the problem.
Yeah.
Now, we know nothing's perfect, but this is a start. It gives us a better grasp on the situation for everybody else to get back in and play. Also, a point system that doesn't revolve around microtransactions. Sorry, I said that. Sorry. Didn't mean to say that word. Sorry. But that won't be a problem. We can actually focus on points instead of, here's the credit card, the only card you need in Yu-Gi-Oh! But I already know that there's going to be somebody out there that's like, it's just going to make Yu-Gi-Oh! Even more pay to play and pay to win. Yeah and no. These will be cards that are probably exclusives compared to what times we want Dark Magician reprinted.
Well,
this one's blue.
Yeah, it depends on who
blue
you
Dark Magician.
We've had that discussion, man.
I know. It's like, come on, you can only go these nostalgia cards so long before everybody's like, okay, I got one in blue, red, green, purple, black. Can we please get something else? Ruby!
Yeah.
Get out.
Millennium Starlight Secret Rare.
I got my ghost. I'm happy.
Yeah. And that was a nice ghost. I like this. This is, and we can only hope, right, that it is maybe a pilot or an experiment to see how well it does, and eventually it comes here. We don't know that because we don't always get that. I mean, looking at OCG rarities and prints, like their secrets and their parallel rares, they have some very nice cards, and they're not always, wallet breaking when it comes to cost. Some of them are IP Masquerena, alternate art, but yeah, I mean, yeah. And so I think that this could be a good thing where you're able to get into, like you said, if they expand into that where you're playing in tournaments and you can also accumulate points like that, that would be cool. I like that idea. That would be a lot of fun because you have double incentive. Obviously, you want to win the tournament, you want to proceed, climb in the ranks, whatever it is, win locals, win regionals, but you're also gaining points on your journey to get some cool exclusive merch. And again, if regardless, it's going to be, the kind of the example I'll use is they'll probably do it like at your typical, like here we have Peter Piper Pizza, we have Chuck E. Cheese, golf and stuff, where you go and get all them tickets, and it's like you have for 100 tickets you get like a little toy spider, and then for 10,000 tickets you get a little Nerf hoop, and it just goes on and on. Not saying it's going to be like that, but I would, for some of the better merchandise, why not raise the stakes? More points. So it is harder to get. You do have to dedicate more to playing the game. I think that would be a cool way to do it. Who knows if they'll go that far?
Never know.
Yeah. So that's cool. We'll see where that lands, how it goes. All right. You watching the Olympics?
No, not really.
Okay.
I didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah, I caught a few, and there's a lot going on. Again, there's drama regarding gymnastics and different opinions, and so Olympics are always fun. Now, one of the things I read early in the week and kind of brushed it off, and then thanks to Skeeter the Common King, he sent me a message, reminded me, and I thought it was hilarious, but there is an actual petition on change.org. Make Yu-Gi-Oh! An Olympic sport. Ziran J. Zhao started this petition to the International Olympic Committee. Here's what Ziran says. It is an absolute injustice that the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, the trading card game, is not a legitimate sport in the Olympics. The playing of Yu-Gi-Oh! Requires dexterity when drawing the cards, athleticism when playing the cards, and endurance when you're in round 10 of a YCS. That I'll agree with. Never been there, but I definitely have heard. I now call on the International Olympic Committee to add Yu-Gi-Oh! As an official Olympic sport to both mend this injustice and to apologize to Japan for making them go through with the 2020 Tokyo Games. Interesting. Satire? I don't know. I'm going to refresh here. They're looking for 5,000 signatures, and this is just climbing. It's 3,175, 76. It's just climbing as I go here. So they'll get their 5,000. People are signing it. Now, first off, what do you think?
I'm trying to bite my tongue so bad because I got so many jokes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bite on the kunai for a moment. Trust me, if I start letting these jokes go,
it would be cool, but I just don't. The whole part about dexterity when drawn. I mean, now you're going to start getting judge scored by the judges on how you draw a card. It's going to be like a little, like almost like the ribbon routines that we're going to do. What a fantastic motion to the right, scooped up the card flawlessly, and I don't know. Athleticism when playing cards. Let's not even go there, people.
Hang on. I just thought of it.
Okay.
And he's about to do the heart of cards draw, followed by the rev it up draw. Oh, let's not forget the most extreme form of difficulty, the high five the sky draw.
Wow. Yes.
Someone's going to do it.
Yeah.
He's going for the high five the sky draw. Wait, did he just draw Mystic Mind? DQ.
Right.
DQ. It was upside down.
The El Toro Fuerte draw. When I draw Mystic Mind, is how I'm gonna present it.
I'm just gonna do
emphasizing the middle finger with Mystic Mind. The Team Fuerte. There you go, Mystic Mind for you. Oh man. Yeah,
You do realize that the smell alone will be that worse than anyone on track and field because they're going to need to have a hygiene requirement, and I can see it now. There's going to be a bunch of people. I'm here for the tournament. Are you here for the tournament, or have you just came from track and field? Maybe.
hit the
Or,
showers.
hey, this is what we need an ambassador for. This is what we need an ambassador for, to help push it into the Olympics. Hi, I not only do I play Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm also an Olympic athlete. I'd like to push this into the Olympics. Why should we do that? Have you seen my hand of Exodia? Look at all this gold.
Yeah, I mean, if you're representing an actual country, so that would, I mean, it would be huge for the game. Let's think about it in a different way for now. Think about how huge it would be for the actual game. Konami would love this. TCG, OCG cards would just, everything would be just skyrocket. You know what I mean? Like every country would go, okay, now we're going to invest in these players, and card sales would be through the roof. All the, the meta deck cards, everything like that would just, the price would go up. And of course, you would have your legitimate representative of each place, each country. And of course, it would be interesting. I don't think there would be very much variety, because when you're talking top tier meta, again, you only have 1 to 3, sometimes maybe 4 or 5 different types of decks, various builds. I think it would be boring, but I mean, cool. If it happens, phenomenal. I definitely give this individual credit for starting this petition. I personally don't see it going anywhere, but it is a cool concept and idea. And why not, right? Just throw a fun little petition out there, see how many signatures you get. They're going to get 5,000. They're going to get more than 5,000 signatures. But the whole athleticism part kind of made me laugh, because Yu-Gi-Oh and athleticism are something that I don't often associate, with. You just don't. Not that I'm, shamming anything or anybody. I could be in better shape myself, and that's one of the reasons I mentioned that.
I'm still a chungus right now, so
you know what I mean? It's like, okay. Endurance when you're in round 10. Now that one, yeah. I mean, mental endurance,
yeah,
and nasal endurance, as you alluded to earlier. There's a lot of endurance that requires going into several rounds, but it would just be funny to see how that would play out. Cool. Why not?
I've seen people break it round 4.
Yeah. Is poker? I don't even know. Is poker an Olympic sport? Do they consider that? Hold'em?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if it is. I don't know, but I know they add. There are several events. Sometimes you see that's an actual Olympic sport. Wow. Okay. Would be interesting. Would be fun. And then, of course, if Yu-Gi-Oh ever became part of the Olympics, then here comes Magic the Gathering, and here comes all the others, and so it would be a whole another.
Digimon.
Yeah, Digimon.
I'd do it.
Yep.
I'd do it.
Yeah, why not, right? I mean, it would be a huge opportunity, not only to showcase your abilities, your skills, but also, I mean, represent your country. It's pretty awesome. Let's not downplay that. That would be pretty awesome. So we'll see where that goes.
I want to represent my locals,
right? Well, you seem to be doing well. I know you had won 3 in a row, 4 in a row. What's going on in that department? 3 in a row. 3.
The 4th tournament got canceled due to weather.
Yeah, so they called it. Everybody heard that you were showing up and left. Said, oh, it's raining, Joker.
Oh Lord.
All right. Well, that should I'm gonna follow that. I'm gonna follow that little petition there and see where it goes, and see if anything happens. Something cool to look at and keep track of. There's never a shortage of things to talk about in this community. Speaking of community, let's get into our hot topic of the episode. And this is something that has come up numerous times, but I wanted to give it its own little segment today. And the topic is the types of duelists that you prefer to duel and the types that you just want to avoid at all costs. Now, I have a list here. Let's start with the loud duelist. Now, there are different types of loud duelists. This is the kind I just like to avoid because when I duel people, I'm very relaxed, like to have fun, like to joke, laugh a little bit, not take it so serious. But I've seen loud duelists who, just read their cards very loud, don't give their opponent a chance to say anything. Activate Mystic Mine if your opponent controls, that kind of stuff, or just different ways they react. And I've seen them, and I'm just thinking, man, that I do not want to duel that person. Have you seen loud duelists before?
Yes, and I immediately do this. Dude, question. Did your hearing aid break? Because you are killing us here.
Yeah. You know the
And
type.
if anybody has hearing problems, no, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just tired of these people that yell as if they're on an island somewhere trying to signal for help. That is annoying.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I think the vast majority of the viewers and listeners would agree with you on that. Let's go into the talkative duelist. Now, I could probably categorize myself in there. I'm pretty talkative, and if I'm against another type of duelist who's very like just lightning focused, I do it on purpose to distract them. Yeah, but it's who I am. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna be talking about oh yeah, this that. Oh, you watch wrestling by chance? No, okay. All right. Well, what do you got? Oh, let me read that card. Oh, okay, all right, man. I'm talking. That's what I do for a living. And when I play games, I'm kind of the same. Unless I'm playing with like my kids, then I play a little mind games with them. What do you think about the talkative duelist?
I don't mind playing against the talkative duelist. It's like, okay, we're interacting, we're figuring it out just so that we can, and who knows, maybe, oh, you've seen that new show? Yeah, I've seen that new show. I mean, it's fine because we're trying to ignore a loudmouth over on the other side of the table.
Yeah, loudmouth right here. You're right. See that now we're painting a picture for you guys. Use your imagination. Close your eyes if you're watching. If you're listening and you're driving, don't close your eyes, please. But yeah,
please don't do that. And if you're cooking something, don't close your eyes. I don't want you to go, oh no, I'm burning my biscuits.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Don't blame the Undisputed Combo podcast for that. And we got the serious duelist. Now, this individual, just almost like a poker player, just very serious. And I've dueled against the type before. I try and be talkative with them, and it goes nowhere because they're not even hearing me. Like they're so serious and so focused that they're starting to sweat. They might even, just start doing weird stuff, like almost getting angry. We have an angry duelist topic we'll cover. But the serious duelist just takes the game way too serious. Everybody knows that. Have you ever experienced that with a serious duelist?
Yes, and I actually made the dude while he was drinking. He was being so serious about the whole game. I just did a couple of impersonations and had him shoot soda out his nose.
Nice.
It was too funny for me. I'm just like, okay, I'm playing this. You're gonna have a response. And he gets mad at me, plays this little counter trap, and I'm like, curse you, He-Man! Next thing I know, he's laughing so hard. I'm like, what just happened? Are you okay?
Yeah.
So he's trying to get back into his serious mode. I'm like, hey, buddy, why so serious? And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing?
I love it.
After that, we became really cool friends.
Yeah.
Hey, Ethan, I had to tell that story. I'm sorry.
There you go. And me personally, back in the day when I used to play and I was good, really good, winning tournaments, I was a serious duelist. I went there to win. I just wanted to win. That's all I cared about was winning, kicking, beating the player in front of me. Didn't say a whole lot other than okay, set past turn, morphine jar, whatever, we're going that far back. But so I've been there. So don't get offended because I think at some point I may have been quite a few of these. Let's get on to the arrogant duelist. Guilty in my younger days. Walk in. I know I've beaten everybody. I know what kind of decks they have. I'm walking in. a little bit arrogant, not to the point where I was being a jerk, but you do have arrogant duelists who can come across as that. I mean, I know you've run into the type before. You need help, bro. The game's not that serious. Yu-Gi-Oh is one thing, real life is another thing. And let's yeah. I mean,
it's not like you're winning a Porsche or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the arrogant duelists can really rub people the wrong way, set people off. People, oh, that guy's a jerk, cocky. I just want to beat him. But the arrogant duelist can also bring the level of competition a little bit higher. If that duelist wins a lot consistently, the other duelists will definitely do everything they can to beat him. There was a guy at one of the locals I used to go to, and his name was Fabian, and he was from China. Very, very awesome duelist. I mean, him and his friend and the guy by the name of Bing Sung would go in there and just whoop everybody. And this when I was still new. I went in there and I dueled one guy, and this guy just totally thrashed me. And I said, "Wow." He goes, "Sorry, it's not personal." He goes, "I really, really, Fabian." Oh wow. I go, "You don't like him?" He goes, No. Hatred. So Fabian put him, and Fabian was the nicest guy. We ended up hanging out quite a bit, became friends. But he would smile, give you that. He wouldn't say much.
Oh wow.
He spoke English perfectly well, but he would smile as he would whoop your ass, basically. He just, set card, and same with his friend Bing. Bing was more serious during the duel. Fabian would do a little bit of, "Oh, nice move," and then, act like he was surprised. But they were so good, they had every right to be arrogant. Now, I did manage to beat them, but it was always a close duel. And when Fabian ended up moving back to China, and then it was kind of like, the level of competition had already raised in that particular store, and it was, so it can be good and bad, I guess, is what I'm saying. What do you think?
I think a little bit of arrogance and cockiness is fine, but when you get to that point where it's like, dude, shut up. Oh my goodness, you act like you're in Worlds right now. It's just a locals.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you play in Worlds just to see how great you are.
Yeah.
It's like at that point, you just want to go and be like, am I playing a children's card game? Because this is the whiniest brat I've ever met.
Yes.
But I mean, we all know that one person. They'll play. All of a sudden, they'll be like, "Get that shit out of here." It's like, what did you just say? We're at the locals, man.
Yeah.
There's kids listening, and it's like, keep it down.
That type of arrogant, is whatever. I mean, those people, you can spot them out easily. I try to avoid those. Moving on, the big shot. The person who is well known at the locals, again, wins. Again, can fall into a lot of these subcategories, but the big shot is the person that you say the name, it's almost like Mufasa, and that person is the person to beat. Can be nice, can be a jerk, different personalities, very humble. For the most part, the big shot knows that they're the big shot. And the Drytron player that wins every week, whatever it is, that brings the meta deck to locals. What's been your experience?
I actually did something to one of the big shots I've known, and it actually got me on the map. The guy had like this board. It was just set up perfectly. All you had to do was get rid of one spell card, and then you could break the board. And he was just sitting there laughing like, it's all good, man. Normally everybody quits at this point. And I just go, oh no, I'm going to play the spell card. He's like, you can, it's negated. I said, read it again. He reads the card. I said, yes.
Nice.
Put that card back in your hand. This card cannot be negated, aka it's spiritualism. So the spell card got put back in his hand. And after that, wiped out his board. He tried to play the spell again. I curse sealed it. he scooped. And people were like, wait, did you beat him? Yeah. And everybody at that point was like, with what? Now keep in mind, nobody heard of spiritualism. They didn't know what the card was, nothing. So they read it and they saw that line, this card cannot be negated. Everybody bought that card as soon as they could. Everybody had a trip set in their sideboard. I'm sitting here like, that I did nothing wrong.
I remember that was what, Legacy of Darkness?
Yes.
Okay.
It was helping when the spirit monsters were coming out.
Yeah, I remember spiritualism. That was a cool, like almost like a ghost type of image.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, spiritualism was, I only seen it used a couple of times. That one, and I remember there was an equip card called Yugioh Drakmord, which would eliminate your monster after a few turns. Cool little cards, but spiritualism, man, that's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome.
I still run it.
Why not, right? It catch people off guard, make them say, well, like you said, most people don't even know that card exists, and they see it and they have to read it and go, what? This is broken. You know? No, it's not broken, but it does have a cool effect. I like that. Well, that's interesting that you took out the big shot, so that's good. The anime duelist. So I've run into a few of these. Now the anime duelist, oh, there you go. We got a guilty party here. The anime duelist, will quote lines from the anime. Most of the time, my experience has always been the original, or do the voice, and I draw, or just, oh no. I've run into those people where you do it, and there was a video of a guy. I remember he was running Battling Boxer, and you can find it on YouTube. And he's just Battling Boxer, and he's doing the for the life points. Hilarious. I don't mind dueling against the crazy anime duelists that make sounds and act like characters, or over exaggerate and activate. That's actually kind of funny to me, and I don't mind dueling them. What about you? Tell us about you.
I had 3 decks that every time I played them, I would act like a certain character from it.
Nice.
Like I had a regular light deck. Look at me dueling everybody. I'm going to high five the sky. And someone was like, Yuma. Then I had a machine deck. And I made this guy laugh so hard. He's like, I know where this is from, but where? He just hears me goes, now discard 3 for full salvo. Battle artillery. He's like, wait, what? Nesbit. I'm like, yeah, Nesbit's one of my favorite people. And then, just because people who watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge would know this one. Oh my God, Joey, I'm going to summon the Dark Magician. Yugi will be proud of me. Everybody died at that point.
Every local.
I literally had the table laugh for 30 seconds. No one could play because they were laughing.
Every locals needs at least 1 or 2 anime duelists. Whether if they bring an anime themed deck, if they do things like you, I think everybody needs that to lighten up the mood, because I've been to a couple locals here in town, just stopping in, didn't play, where it's pretty tense. You got a lot of these loud and serious duelists and not enough anime duelists. So if you're out there, you're an anime duelist, do it, but don't be annoying. Practice.
Bakura, make sure you get the milk. No almond milk. I need the regular milk.
Okay, next. This is one that irritates me like you wouldn't believe. The one-upper. The one-upper is the one where different scenarios, but the first scenario where you play something like, oh wow, that it may be something you did, like, oh, I've never done that before. Oh, that's nothing. I mean, I've seen this blah 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 blah. Oh, okay. Or they may do something to you and like, oh, that was an awesome combo. Oh, well, you should have seen me last week when I did this and that. Or whatever it is, they always have a story or some card or something that one up. Oh wow, I just did, I just brought this monster up to 10,000. Oh, well, that's nothing. Last week I did 50,000. No, you didn't. The one-uppers are full of shit, in my opinion. most of the time. I know you've run into them before.
Yeah, and it got annoying. The one duel was just, keep in mind, I'm losing.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, dude, I'm just going to negate that card. In the last duel, no one even bothered negating it because I played this. I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't matter. Can we just move on? Maybe if you actually ran this deck, you would actually stand a chance, even though I've beaten that deck 3 times already. And I'm just sitting here like, you know, can I buy some common sense from you? No, you're out. I thought so. You lost your damn mind. Move on.
There we go. And the one upper we can even name the full of shitter or the bullshitter. You know, just full of shit most of the time,
Yes.
just making up stories. You know, oh wow, you think that's
The walking eagle. Yes, the walking eagle. Too full of crap to fly.
Yeah. You know, so if you're a one upper, again, I don't know.
Take it with a pinch of salt, or in your case, a bottle of salt.
Yeah.
But just tone it down. We get it.
I'm a battle hardened veteran. I've seen a lot of stuff in duels. I can tell you old war stories. Yeah, you know, put like a Sarge hat and a cigar and put like a scar on my face. I can tell you some stories, son. You know, but yeah, the one upper, most of the time you guys are full of it, but it's still entertaining. As you can see, we're laughing about it. The shy duelist. I've played against shy duelists, and they're shy where, you know, they don't say much, they're quiet, and then they're shy where it's like, what? Talk to me. What the hell's wrong with you? You know, come on. What's going on? You know, they're shy. That's like annoying. They're shy. That's understandable. You're introverts. And again, I'm not, you know, trying to be mean, but there's a level of shyness where it's like you're just trying to get anything out of this person. Are you alive? You know, are you here? Are you dueling? Where are you right now? You know, nothing wrong with being shy. I think a lot of us were shy at one point going into tournaments, but you know, I know you talked about that before.
Yeah, it's like there are actual people that dueled in locals where the person just sat there, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, look at this. Are you okay?" And he just, guy asked him, "Did you have a response for something?" Hello?
No.
Hello?
No response.
And all of a sudden, dude went in for game, and he goes, "I'm sorry, what?" I'm like,
Oh,
"It's alive!"
yeah, right. You can speak. Not paying attention, but man, wow.
Had Mirror Force, never activated it.
Oh, that's a little bit too shy. All right, guys.
Yeah, that's.
If you're shy,
we kept trying to tell them.
Yeah, if you're shy and you're playing against the loud duelists, don't be afraid to activate your cards when you need to. Beat those loud duelists, shy duelists. Come on, I'm rooting for you. Chill duelists. The kind of, you know, we're just, you know, there to have fun. They know it's locals. They know it's a game. And they're like, oh, all right, man. You know, okay. Oh, nice. You know, cool. Oh, wow. You know, just relax. Not really, you know, if they win, great. If they lose, they don't take it too hard. Just chill. I like chill duelists. That's kind of how I am now too. I don't mind losing. I'm still competitive, you know. But somebody brings just like when you and I dueled, you know, I was impressed by that deck. There was certain things I was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. You know, I like Mystic Mine. I like the other decks, but I'm not like, you know, Mystic Mine. You know, I'm gonna beat you. I have to win. I like to win. I don't have to win. It's a game, guys. If you lose in a casual game, nothing really happens. Life still goes on. You still got to wash the dishes, take out the trash, take a shower. We hope, right? If you win, same thing. You feel a little bit better after a win, but you're the only one that knows it, and then maybe the person that you beat. So relax. Chill duelist for you?
Yep.
Yeah. Chill duelists. All right. To all the chill duelists out there. Yes. The over caffeinated duelist. energy like a Monster or a Red Bull or something, and it's just jittery. Now those are the ones that shuffle like and they're maybe
Oh!
yeah. They got 5 cards, they got 4 cards, 3, 2, even 1. You see the one, like whoa, go get a job at a casino. I think they would do well shuffling cards. Holy cow! Or
throw his cards at me while doing that. Just
yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and I've dealt with them before where they're playing, they're looking or shuffling their cards, and you're doing stuff and they're tapping, looking at their set spell trap, tapping it, shuffling some more, or you're playing, you're telling them what you're doing. Okay, my turn. Is it my turn? Do you end your turn? Oh man, slow down, dude. Slow down. A little bit less caffeine. Maybe get some sleep. Holy cow. That could be my daughter sometimes too. She's I would categorize her as the impatient duelist, almost like Rebecca from the first Yu-Gi-Oh season.
Excuse me?
Yeah. So, but she's very impatient. Do you end your turn? Are you done? Okay. What else? What else do you have? That's my daughter. Very hardcore speed duelist. Woo, man! And she whoops me sometimes. She gets the better of me, right?
Yeah.
All right. We've got the angry duelist. Angry duelist. These ones crack me up. And again, this kind of goes back to almost everything we talked about. You got the angry duelist that gets mad about anything. You negate they're mid combo and you hand trap them. Really? What? Oh, yes, Ash Blossom. They hate Ash Blossom. They hate infinite impermanence, effect barely any hand traps. Solemn Judgment. Do not play. You want to get those angry duelists even more angry. You play those and again get them right where it hurts. I've seen duelists where they're just slamming on the table and everybody's looking at them like, what is wrong with this person? Come on, get out of here. Yeah. So the angry duelists, relax. Go hang out with a few of the shy and chill duelists and learn from them. We got no place for you, angry duelists. You guys need to calm down. You've seen a few, right?
Yes, I still see them.
Oh,
Especially when it comes to like online. Like
yeah.
I'll play EDO Pro here and there, and I'll go into my little combos, and somebody be like, you know what? I'm just gonna Pro. And I just have like 3 dark coffins. One dude literally writes F you and the horse you rode in on and left. I'm like,
Wow.
I don't own a horse.
Yeah. I've run into a few of them. I've never been an angry duelist. Never. Now that doesn't mean I hadn't gotten angry. I used to have I still have my friend, but we dueled even after we stopped playing competitive. We would always hang out and duel each other. And I'd get angry at a few cards or plays or little tactics, that we would throw at each other. And but that was just two good friends. You know how it goes. Sometimes that happens. Play 1-on-1 in basketball. There can be some competitive juices flowing. But I'm talking when you're just angry in front of everybody, making it awkward for the other players around you and your opponent. It's like, come on. Anger management. They have room, place where you can go pay money to go break glass with a sledgehammer. Go do that before you go to a tournament. Get all that anger out, go play, have some fun.
Whose man's is this?
Right. The pessimist just could pessimistic about everything. Oh, you probably have a hand draw. Oh, you had Ash Blossom. I seen this combo. Dragon Link. Yeah, what are you gonna end it with? Boral Sword. Holy cow! Just full of piss and vinegar, as I would say it. Just my God, you've encountered those.
Yeah. And to this day, I will never forget this comment. Going into combo. Okay, and now I activate spell. You respond. No, because you're just going to activate that counter trap, so screw it. Go ahead. Like, I don't even have a back row. You sure you don't got a back row? You can see the field. I don't have a back row. Fine, I guess I'll activate this. Go ahead and negate it with something, then do your Nibiru. Dude, I can't Nibiru my own monsters. Are you okay? Next thing you know, this happens. Summon Marauding Captain. Okay. Summon another Marauding Captain. Fuck!
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's like, what just happened?
Yeah, the anger management duelist. Holy cow. Yeah. I've seen some reactions where, you know, people were like, well, you have Nibiru, don't you? Don't you? You know, screaming and man, chill out, people. You might be doing some over the top theatrics for, you know, whoever, I don't know, but come on now. This one is interesting. If you're sensitive to foul language, cover your ears. But the asshole duelist. Now, I'm going to give you a perfect example. When I used to play in the tournaments, when I was still new going to tournaments, there was one guy who was probably over. He was the only guy that was in his 30s, 30 plus. Found out he was a former sailor, so cursed a lot. But he would play kids. I mean, and again, that was back when kids used to play. You would have, you know, 8, 9, 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds playing this game. And he would just make stuff up. He would be playing them and be like, this beats that. This destroys that. And it would be just some random card that he would do, but he would beat them. And I remember observing him going, man, I hope I never duel that guy. And I would manage to avoid him quite a few times because he would never get past the, you know, the certain round where the competitive players, because they'd always beat him because he wasn't that good. When you actually dueled somebody that, you know, that knew what they were doing and knew what the cards were, you're like, well, no, it doesn't. That doesn't do anything, you know? And so I remember I played him one time and I forget what card it was. We were playing. He goes, this destroys that. And I go, no, it doesn't. And he looks at me and I look at him. I'm like, do you even know what you're doing? Like I've been watching. I called him out. I said, I've been watching you, you know, doing a lot of these kids. And I said, that's not going to work here. We're gonna play right. And he goes, well, then I guess I default. Like, I look at him. He goes, do you even know what that means? I just keep looking at him. He goes, that means I lose. And he packs his stuff and walks out. Again, asshole. Sorry, there's no other way to describe it. It's one thing to beat kids. Okay, yeah, you get a kid, you know, if you're in a tournament, you play to win. No shame in that. But the fact that he was cheating, not even being truthful, you know, filling them with lies, and then when he got to the higher rounds, people call him out. He just totally just lost it. So maybe we can categorize him in a few different categories. What about you? You running any asshole? Any other examples?
Okay, we call them the Eric Cartman duelists because since everybody knows what South Park is,
we hope
the reason being they like to get a little too offensive and cussing and swearing, but then when you offend them, screw you guys, I'm getting him. And it's like, but you just go.
Yeah, go, please.
Just go home.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. And I'm sure you all have your own stories of those in that category. The monotone duelist. Not necessarily boring, but has potential. Now, the monotone duelists, I've often found like to play combo decks. Oh, all right. And I activate this. Okay. And what this does, and I just get sleepy. And yeah, I prefer not to duel you if you're monotone.
I've never played one.
Okay.
Surprisingly, I've never played one.
Well, if you know who Ben Stein is, I mean, that's kind of what you're dealing with. The whole Bueller. And younger people might not know what I'm talking about, but the monotone, not necessarily a bad thing, but just me, I'm a little bit more. I don't want to say I'm kind of a mixture of right now, maybe somewhat caffeinated because I always have some in my system, caffeine, chill, I can even do a little bit of the of course talkative. I can do a little bit of anime. That's kind of where I fall right now. So I don't mind monotone. It's just certain times where you're just like, okay, all right. So we won't bag on the monotone too much because y'all are pretty cool. I'll give you that. Your favorite and last on the list, the haggler. Take it away.
Oh boy. People, have y'all ever played in a tournament or just a casual and someone just goes, "Come on, man, don't play the solemn just yet. Give me a turn, give me a turn. Come on, just one turn, two turns, two turns. Don't do full combo, half combo, half combo. Just one negate, two negate." Person. You all know that person. As soon as you're about to start your combo, come on, man, don't go full combo. It's just the locals. It's not regionals. It doesn't even matter, man. First round, come on. It's like, what are you on?
Don't give them an inch. If you run into the haggler and they're saying, "No, come on, don't do that," don't give them an inch because they will not hesitate to kick your ass next turn. I've seen it happen.
Even if you try to give them a turn,
yeah,
it's always the same. It's always, come on, man, one turn, one turn, one turn. I used to do that when I was younger, but I stopped it because, well, come on now, Exodia. There is one other duelist worse than all of these combined, and if I said it, El Toro will immediately hold his hand up and goes, "I played that one." But it's up to El Toro if I save this person. It's up to you.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. I want it.
This is the lowest of the low compared to all the troll players, anything. Ooh. Have you ever played a duelist who builds a board and they can swing for game, but then they drop a monster under 1,000 attack, ping for game, trying to be all cutesy? Like, dude, you have that big monster right there, 8,000 attack, then all these other monsters, and this one 500 attack power monster. Swing, 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 ping for game. At that point, I always do this just to be funny. You know what? Scapegoat.
Okay.
Or I get even funnier. I will enemy controller monster. Come on.
So I never did that. I did play. I have seen those duels. I never played against that duelist. But when me and my buddy used to play, we'd go over to each other's houses and we'd duel for hours. We did that to each other. We would, just to rub it in. Now, this was back when the extra deck was called the fusion deck. This was before synchros, exceeds, everything. And it didn't, the size of your fusion deck, there was no limit to it back then, okay? So I had, little 900 attack fusions, and you can get them out with magical scientists, just different ways to get them out. And so there'd be times where I'd have, like you said, we'd be dueling. I'd have a nice field with blowback dragon and Jinzo and limiter removal, and I'd have a little fusion bring out a little fusion monster with 900 attack, and not necessarily attack, but I'd say things like, "Oh, I just whooped you, and look at this fusion monster. Look at this fusion monster on the field as you lost. Look at just different things to rub it in." So we would do that to each other, but never did that at a tournament. Now I agree. Holy cow! And then that kind of falls into another category of player where they can win. You have no back row. You have not necessarily any effect monsters, and they just keep building their board and going and going and going. You're like, come on now. You're trying to piss me off. I let people build boards, for the fun of it now. But in a tournament, I can see where somebody might take a little bit of offense to that. It's like, all right, attack me. It's over. Or they just scoop. I don't mind. Like I was dueling casually side decking on Nexus the other day, and I was using Mystic Mine, and he was using another awesome machine deck. And I think I had won the first round. He was winning the second round, and I was like, okay, that you got me. And he goes, "You ready for round 3?" I said, "Build your board, smash this, let's go." and he did, and it was cool because I actually wanted to see what the deck could do. Not necessarily from a strategic standpoint, just because I like the innovation that he puts into those decks. So there are times where I don't mind, but then there's other times where I'm just like, all right, click, surrender, next round, calm down. Again, it just depends on who you're playing, but yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Just come on.
Yeah.
It's not even funny. It's just, dude, you spent all this time to build up this board to drop out this little thing to be cute. No. No.
Yeah.
Because if you play it in a world's tournament or something, you tried that, they would end your career.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I see why the loud duelist is always yelling.
There's a reason, right? There's a reason all of them have taken a certain journey and ended up where they are now. And, I'm sure there are cards and duelists responsible for that behavior. Maybe not. But anyways, that's a theory. So hope you like that discussion, everybody. I know I like talking about things like this. Hopefully that, I know a lot of you can identify with it. So if you're watching or listening, go to the YouTube channel. Drop us a comment. Maybe we missed out one that you want to talk about. Bring it up. We'll talk about it in the comments. Maybe we'll do another episode topic like this. It's a lot of fun to talk about these things, especially with locals coming back. You get to see all these fine people once again, or you hope that they didn't come back. So that's going to wrap it up. Couple things. Monster Club Corporation. I'm going to be doing a little bit more content on this particular card game. So if you're, like I said, on Instagram, if you're tired of investments and your game being treated like currency, you want to just have fun again and interact with your opponent and go a few turns, Monster Club is a great game to do that with. Monster Club Corporation. Check them out. So Joker. Oh, Digimon, Warrock for life. Joker, Digimon, another great game, right? I mean, it's
yes.
It's just growing in popularity. I mean, talk to us. What makes the game so fun?
It actually it's the fact that you can't just one turn unbreakable board. You play, you build up, kind of like a game of chess in a way. Mm-hmm. It's not too slow that, oh my God, you can stall for game, but at the same time, it's not too fast that you blink and you miss.
Yeah.
To me, I kind of like the game because you can build up your Digimon to have like certain inherent effects, which they can do numerous things and actually creates different combos to win. And even though some of these decks are like hundreds of dollars and all, you can build cheap decks and actually win. Heck, when I was first starting out, I actually lost a round to a guy who had the starter deck. Think about that. Lost to a starter deck. And then when I actually started building me a decent deck, keep in mind, it's still like $65, and I've been winning against decks that are like $300.
Yeah. I like it.
Can you really do that in Yu-Gi-Oh?
No. Very unlikely. It can.
It's very unlikely, unless you like an Exodia Turbo build or something. But and they just had a pre-release this weekend going into BT5, Battle for Omnimon. And needless to say, it has a little bit of fun for everyone. I highly recommend picking it up.
Nice. Well, there you have it. Give Digimon a shot. I may buy a couple of starter decks for me and my daughter to get started playing. So it looks like a lot of fun. So, well, there you go, guys. Thank you again. Let's wrap it up. Joker, where can the viewers and listeners find and follow you?
You can follow me and you can also follow me on YouTube, Shadowhaunt Joker. And my Instagram is Silver-Eyed Poet. That's where I'll be.
Yes, follow him, interact with him. Always posting a lot of cool stuff. And yeah, it's just, feel free to, obviously we want you to subscribe, just like we were asking if you like the podcast. Follow us on these platforms so you know when the new episodes are cranking out. Also subscribe on YouTube, but definitely give these guys a follow as well. Same with our friend Unfound Prodigy. on Twitter, Prodigy_Unfound. Then you've got Unfound Prodigy on YouTube and also on Instagram. And then you have our friend, that dude, Colby. You can find him here on the podcast most days. You can find him on doing deck profiles for us. And then you also have him on Instagram, TDC_YGO. Feel free to pick his brain on deck strategies and ideas. So thank you so much, everyone. Again, we appreciate you listening. We appreciate you watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The podcast is doing great. We're excited to do it every week. And we're hoping next week we get the whole crew again back together. Joker, any final thoughts?
Yes, only one. If anybody goes to the locals and tries that stunt again, I'm not only going to have this sign for you, I'm going to make you wear the shirt saying, I need help, bro.
Ooh. Hey.
I'd rather lose to Mystic Mind than to hear that crap.
Mystic Mind. I like that.
Mystic Mind is top. Yeah, Mystic Mind's top tier than that.
I'm going to start getting Mystic Mind merchandise, and then I'm going to start... I'll be the only one. It won't be mass produced. It'll just be for me, I guess. Yeah, hope you'll want to burn it all down. So. All right, everyone. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.